So we're excited, excited to go play a good team, excited to play in a cool stadium. It'll be a great atmosphere for week 1.
What are you looking most forward to about this team? Obviously, you put so much work in the last few months. You want to see the product on the field, but what are you going to be looking for?
Honestly, I think just how we develop over the course of like the game and the season. I think we're still very early in our in our developing of our offense. So it'd be cool to see how it develops over the course of the year.
One of the challenges though with bringing a new offense into such a hostile environment where you're often not going to be able to actually hear each other communicate.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the biggest challenge is that it's going to be hard to communicate. But I think those are going to be the things that are going to help us later on in the year. We've been working on, like our silent communication, and stuff like that. But, you never really know until you get there. So it'd be cool to see how everybody responds. It's going to be the first time that our full group is together and playing, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Chris, you've been doing this a long time, playing this game a long time. Do you still feed off of it when you're considered a prohibitive underdog like you guys are this week, or do you care anymore? Do you?
I mean, I don't pay too much attention to it, and I don't think any of the guys in the locker room particularly care. And I think I said it, earlier in the off season. It doesn't really matter what people think, on the outside. Like I said, last year, people probably predicted us to go all the way, right? And we saw how that worked out for us. There's a reason that you go out and you play the games. It's you got to go out, you got to be able to execute, you got to deal with adversity, and I'm excited to see how we handle that.
Chris, Coach Canales was saying he's looking forward to the variety of stuff you can do on offense and all the different things. Is that a sentiment that you share and maybe throughout this locker room too?
Yeah, I would say so. We have a lot of guys that can make a lot of really good plays. And I think I think Dave has done a really good job of getting guys involved, but also just empowering the players, empowering us to have our input on what we like and what we don't like, and just giving him feedback, because he's growing with us. And I think the way that him and the rest of the staff has approached this offseason and this training camp, I think the players have a lot of respect for that.
It wasn't that long ago when you negotiated a new contract for yourself, and those kind of have some ebbs and flows and some ups and downs, that whole process. Mike has come out and his agent has expressed some frustration with that. How difficult is it to focus on football and your performance on the field when that stuff is going on in the background?
Are you talking about from my perspective or
from your perspective,
for the person that's
kind of
in the?
With respect to Mike too,
I mean, I think I think we all understand that it's a business, right? And everyone has to do whatever they feel like they need to, in order to protect their themselves and their business. And I think as professionals, whenever you're here, you go out and you play. And I don't know if there's a better example of that than Mike. I feel like you wouldn't even recognize it, in the building because of the way that he handles himself. And again, that's a testament to him. He's the ultimate pro.
What would it mean for you to continue playing your career with him at your side? Because it seems like there's no bigger fan of him than you, and there's no bigger fan of you than him.
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love it. Like I said, he's been my dog since we came in, or since I got here, and I would hate to see him go.
Chris, from April to now, where have you seen maybe the biggest growth with Baker in terms of working under Dave Canales?
I think just getting comfortable in the offensive scheme, getting comfortable with the terminology, with being able to effectively communicate what he's looking for, with the receivers, and just their relationship growing as a whole. And I think as the weeks and kind of days have kind of stacked, you see him get more and more comfortable with that.
Has anything stood out to you about just the way he's been playing?
I mean, I feel like he's playing really confident. I think he feels really good with where he's at, and I think again that's a testament to his hard work, but also the guys that are around him. It's hard for a quarterback to feel comfortable if his offensive line isn't protecting him. It's hard for him to feel comfortable if if the receivers aren't in the right spot. So I think that it's on us as a whole to make his job easier and to make the rest of our the offense's job the easiest that it can be.
Last question. With this new offense, Chris, going to be any changes for you in terms of where you line up?
I mean, I think some alignment things, but I think how I see myself is I'm a ball player, right? Whatever the team's going to need from me to be able to get the job done is what I'm willing to do. And the coaches are they'll get creative with formations and with different stuff like that. I don't particularly care if I'm considered a slot receiver or an outside receiver. I just want to go out there and make plays.
How about scoring touchdowns? Chris, is that on your mind?
I mean, we always want to score touchdowns. That's obviously the goal, and it's tough to do that in this league because teams are so talented. But it's whatever you can really do to impact the team. If I go out there and I don't score but we win, say, hey, we won the game, and that's what I'm focused on.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.